This On, Season 8, Episode 28, where we watch Love Off the Grid, Season 2, Episode 1, and we're like double first cousins. I'm Chris Lorenz.
This is my naked wall because I love being naked. This is Brian.
Teach your kids to hunt, and you ain't got to hunt your kids. This is Noah Singer.
She is pretty as a prayer book. This is Max.
Those are all quotes from this week's show. But last week we watched The Boyfriend on Netflix. We put a poll on X at Who Put This On, and you guys voted this a top third show.
Whoa.
Man, there's some looks going around this room here.
Yeah.
Not that anyone could see it, but
Judgment is being passed.
I mean, I think it's just the crowd that's left on X, you know.
We're blaming X on this one. Okay.
So you're saying the alt-right loves The Boyfriends?
Clearly.
Really wasn't what I expected, but okay.
So is X purely just alt-right, or is it just like the cesspool of people? Or is that the same?
And they're pretty much the same.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah.
Noah, what show do we watch this week?
Yes. 4 people accustomed to modern amenities will give it all up for a chance at true love. These couples will live together in total isolation to see if they can make it work in the wild. That is Love Off the Grid on Max.
Yes, can I help you? But how far off the grid are these places? One of them says they are 1 hour from the closest town, but it's not clear to me just how far off the grid they are.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. Like, I mean, let's just dive into it real quick. Like, there's a guy in New Mexico who kind of seems to live in like a little community of off the grid people, where the other 3
loners.
Loner, yeah, I don't know the right, because like pairs or couple, whatever. They are definitely not near any neighbors, right? They're like relatively isolated.
Yep.
I mean, they all seem like they're living off the grid lifestyle. They're like trying to build something, build houses. They're just being naked all the time. There seems to be a good Venn diagram of
only one of them is being naked all the time.
No, there were multiple nudists on this show, like maybe 3 or 4.
I don't think no. So
I can definitely tell you, Maisha and Joe, nudists for sure.
Are they?
Yeah.
Rooney,
oh yeah.
Yeah, we saw them.
I don't. Maybe I meant like.
And then Ernya and Samuel are definitely being naked all the time.
But they were like her roommates, right?
No. She was being
Arunya,
naked all the time.
Arunya, yeah. Sorry, Arunya definitely is, yeah.
And also, there's we have to get into this at some point, but sorry, I forget who it was, but somebody was staying with their friends, and the friends were also nudists.
No, that's what I was talking about.
Was it the third? But no, they're just more nudists.
Yeah, the New Mexico girl, she's like,
Right.
I'm living with my friends, and the friends just happen to be naked in the pool, which is a little bizarre.
Yeah.
I had no idea this was so common.
They don't have bathing suits.
No.
I've
only seen 2 of you naked on this podcast. You know, like, how common can it be?
That's pretty high. That's a pretty high percentage.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the Venn diagram of people that want to live in the middle of nowhere and nudists seem pretty high.
It definitely seems high. I wouldn't have expected it though.
I mean, it definitely is a way to keep maintenance down, I guess. Like, you have to do everything yourself, you know? So
yeah, but then you get even dirtier. Then you got to clean yourself, and cleaning yourself isn't that easy. Like, none of these people have showers.
Yeah,
they're
Some
all
of them
bringing
have
water back.
ponds and lakes. That's probably nice to clean in.
As long as you don't get anything in there.
I think the best way to go through the show is let's go couple by couple.
Yeah.
And so let's talk Maisha and Joe.
Central Alabama.
So these people were on season 1 as well, which I didn't watch season 1, but they were on season 1. They are trying to become a throuple. So they're inviting other people to their off-grid site or whatever.
the structure they've built seems pretty tiny.
Yeah, they built a relatively tiny house. Like, it's not a technical tiny house, but it's a house with a very small footprint.
Yes. A, it must be hard to attract people to the homesteader lifestyle. B, it must be the Venn diagram of that plus people who are poly minuscule.
Yeah,
They had
like,
to recruit this girl from Atlanta.
yeah, and even that seems relatively close. Like, I'm surprised you're not getting people in other countries. Like, you're really fishing in a dry pond.
So spoilers for everyone. I popped this show on while I was working today, so I have a lot more details of what happens if people want them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
looked at the thumbnails for the whole season, and you got a bit of the story arc.
Yeah, I mean, fun fact: this woman comes to the camp, this like whatever their house is, and is like, "Yeah, you don't have anywhere for me to stay because their house is so tiny."
Yeah.
And she's like not ready to, immediately join this throuple of sorts.
What? Why
Where-
not?
Does she make it one night?
I think she makes one night before she
wow.
leaves.
Wow.
The guy is like, they have their old camper there, and it's like beat down to shit and like looks terrible. And he's like, you could stay here, and she's like, yeah, not unless you do hell of a lot of work. Will I be coming back to this house?
Damn.
I mean, it does.
I mean,
yeah, you can go, Max.
she has a point. There's nowhere for her.
No.
Yeah, on the left or right side of him. That's the place for her.
One of my big questions about this show is, beyond being an influencer, how can these people make money? Like, they see the New Mexico guy talks about a bunch about like 12-hour days. Like, somehow they still need money because they are definitely buying things, right? You see, they have like not just natural things.
Yeah, so the like Joe and Maisha, like their dream is to not have to buy anything from like the store or whatever. And unclear how they're getting money to buy things. It's not the point of the show, so I could understand why they don't like go into it at all.
I believe the only person who we've heard they have a profession is the metaphysical practitioner in New Mexico.
Well, her, and then the third in the thruple was
was a barber. That's true.
a hairstylist,
A
right?
hairstylist, yeah.
Right. But yeah.
Maybe
She was
they're
more
okay.
she was more looking to like be, come to the campsite, and hang out, maybe bang and then like leave. Like, I don't think she was really looking to live there per se. Definitely not to start.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm still confused. Like, so these people need money, right? Arunia, not clear how she's making money. New Mexico guy, not clear how he's making money. Joe Maisha, not clear they're making money. Mountain Man in North Carolina, not clear he's making money.
No, he's mining mountain coin.
He is? He
Yeah.
said that?
He's mining mountain coin. That's how he makes
Well,
money.
the one person I follow on TikTok, like, obviously being TikTok influencer, you make money, but selling like beard oil and coffee is what he does. I don't know how like relevant that kind of stuff is unless you're like some sort of influencer, which these people might be influencers. So I don't know.
That's what I see. Like, I can see that route, right? Like, 'cause it blends into their off the grid lifestyle. But that was going through my head. Like, what are they doing?
I just want to say that Joe and Maisha are the reason I enjoyed the show. Like, I think people watching is one of my favorite things to do in these reality shows. And Joe and Maisha, just like chef's kiss. They're just so weird, and they want somebody to join this weirdness. And I want to see these people's faces when they try to join this weirdness. And like, So good. Definitely
So-
the best characters.
Why Joe and Maisha specifically compared to the other couples on
Well, the other ones aren't looking for thruples. They're not throuples.
Oh, I see.
They're
So
already more
they're al-
interesting.
they're already weird. So like somebody trying to join a thruple is like already weird to me. So I'm just like I'm like fascinated by the whole situation.
So it's the double weirdness, the off the grid
Yeah,
and the throuple.
for sure. Also, I feel like Maisha bringing a lot of good energy to the show. Like she's like, I love Joe. I love this lifestyle. This is the only thing I want to do. I can do all this for Joe. And like she doesn't look like somebody or seem like somebody that would want to do this off grid lifestyle. And they're just like they're so gung ho about it. Like they're by far the best people on the show.
They're totally going for it, and it's very believable.
Yeah. I mean,
There's zero strife there about being off grid. They're just living their life, and yeah, I'm kind of down to see them do it.
And Joe's just like, you know what? She wants to say, she wants to go. I don't know. Whatever. I just want to have a lot of kids and pass down this like thing. Noah's shaking his head.
yeah. These people talk about having kids off the grid, just like shaking my head, like, oh Jesus Christ.
That's a big plot line.
Noah,
It's a big plot line for them this season.
Noah, it's free labor.
Oh my
I know,
God.
but just like to bring a kid up and that's their life.
Well,
but-
speaking of kids, maybe it's time to talk about Arunya. Arunya. And she's 38. And like there's a shot of a kid on this like farm or whatever. What are they homestead on this homestead? It's unclear if it's her kid or not.
No, she don't got kids because it was a storyline that she wanted kids.
Well, she wants a kid. That doesn't mean she doesn't have one.
I mean, that'd
Yeah,
be kind of rude.
Just saying. There was a kid. I was unclear. So Arunya is the one that lives with like other people?
No. Arunya lives by herself with the mud pond and she's a nudist.
Yeah, she's the nudist. And her person is Samuel. She's 38. He's 29. And let's see. Where does she live? In Nevada?
No. It's like Missouri, I think.
I don't have notes on it. She's
in
originally
the
from
South.
Lithuania.
She's in the southeast. 100%. Alabama, Missouri, Arkansas, like something like that.
So the big storyline with her is that Samuel comes and Samuel's coming and his flight, he gets kicked off his flight and Arunya is pissed
Wait, why did he get kicked off?
because it was overweight.
Oh. I thought there was gonna be some drama, you know.
There's definitely
what?
Yeah.
And surprisingly,
that's what they
about that
said.
dude. That dude looked like he weighed 80 pounds.
Yeah.
I was just telling you what he said. And then Arunya is pissed because you didn't fight hard enough to get on that flight to get to her.
Man.
So she
Ooh.
comes back the next day to pick him up, and that flight gets canceled. And she is beyond pissed because he didn't fight hard enough to get on the flight the first day. And now this flight's canceled, and she's looking at coming back for a third day to whatever this airport is. But apparently they got somebody to drive him out here instead of taking the flight. I don't know how
Does she
that
understand
works.
how easy it is to get on the no-fly list?
Man.
I don't know. She is like I feel like she's very rude to me. She seems like a rude person.
Maybe she's been living off grid so long.
She's
doesn't
just
know
like her whole thing is
social
complaining.
norms.
She only complains all the time.
I didn't get that vibe from her.
That's all the vibes I got from her.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well-
Yeah. She seemed content. She seemed very happy with her life. She seemed very strong-willed.
At
You
least
know,
in episode 1, we got good vibes, I think, from her.
Yeah, she seems good, but like the more she interacts with anyone else, I'm just like, I
Not
agree.
feeling
She
it.
definitely felt like a fine human being. The first episode, she's pretty. She's a nudist. What's there more to like?
She's pretty. She's a nudist. What's not to like?
Yeah.
Um, good good nudity, bad nudity. All right, so I don't really have any other notes about her.
She met Samuel building a treehouse,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
also they split up for a while, but now he's coming back for reasons unknown.
Yeah, they met in a like off the grid like social network basically. And she's like, I need help building a treehouse. So Sam's like, I can be your builder. And they come out and they both were shy about making the first move. And then like two magnets.
They met on the EBDB B&B.
What's the
Sorry,
EBDB
that's a deep league cut for people out there.
Can you explain the cut?
There's a show called The League, and Taco makes an offline social network and calls it the EBDB.
Oh, nice. Good.
I forget
good.
what the things mean.
No, very nice.
But then he makes Airbnb a B&B, so he makes the EBDB B&B.
I love it.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Thank you
You think
for the
the league-
explanation.
Yeah. No, do you think the league will get any renaissance at some point? Some kind of keep it
I don't
going.
know. I don't really
30-year
want to derail us too hard, but I love the league. I love that style of show. Like that just like, we're going to set up some simple plot line and then just make fun of each other. But today's TV culture doesn't seem to want to like that kind of show or put that show on. Unclear. It does fall apart towards the end, but
Yeah. It does. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Good take.
all right. So our other couple is Charlie and Jen, and their whole storyline is Jen has 4 kids, and Jen really wants the kids to like come and like this like homestead that Charlie is in, and Charlie's like, this will be great. I'll show him how to be a man. We'll do man things, and there's no worry about them not liking this.
Yeah, and
stuff.
there's a geographic thing too. Jen lives in Florida. Charlie lives in North Carolina.
Yeah,
Closer
sure.
than you would think, but
Right.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
still pretty far.
Yeah. You got
Uh,
two states in between. You got Georgia and South Carolina.
And Jen is like a super overbearing mom. She's it doesn't really come across in the first episode, but
yeah, me and Noah are like, no, she had very reasonable concerns in episode 1. But
about what?
she's like, I don't want my kids to get eaten by bears. And the boyfriend is like, the bears won't attack. They always avoid me.
Unreasonable.
I'm like, that's dude lives in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the Black Mountains. Like,
Yeah.
this is bear country. I think she has a valid point here.
Yeah, this guy legit is, I think, like Ted Kaczynski style. He's like one step from Unabomber. He seems normal enough, but like the way he's living, and also the fact in all these people, but I think it stands out the most here. This woman is willing to sacrifice so much, and this guy can't move his fucking shit pad to go live in Florida for this woman. Like, this seemed like the most out of whack relationship of like who's giving some.
Yeah, I mean, from what I could tell you is that the kids do come at some point, and they like spend a lot of time on Charlie being like, they'll be fine, and Jen being like, you got to do this, and Charlie's like, they'll be fine, and Jen being like, which is just like annoying to me, and I'm blaming Jen for that, but it should probably just be blaming the producers for making me watch like too much of it, because like at some point Jen doesn't want the boys to be using a chainsaw. And I'm like, at that point, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, let the boys use a chainsaw. Like, what's the big deal? They're 20 something. They should be able to use a chainsaw. Like, if they're taught how to use a chainsaw, they should be able to use it. That's really why I think she's kind of a little overbearing. But that's a little more information than what you had.
I get it. I think like I'm gonna jump to our questions quickly. Like, this is the worst human being, this guy. Just like, she's willing to uproot so much, and he has just him. He has like no possessions. Like, come on, man. I just got angrier and angrier at him when like he would budge nothing.
Noah, you're forgetting his most valuable possession, his dreams.
What about Jeremy?
And yes, he also possesses Jeremy, his double first cousin.
Yeah, his double first. So
how does this work, Max? How is a double first cousin?
All right, here is my theory. You got family A and family B, and each of these families has like 2 kids, and all these kids get married, right? So like,
you got mother, you got mother and father from mother A, father B, and then father A,
right,
mother
correct.
B.
So what I'm saying is you would be first cousins with this person twice through 2 different paths. That's my theory.
You are, so I just internet cornered it. You are accurate.
Blah, 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 blah.
You're accurate that Charlie and Jeremy are double first cousins this way, or this is how you become double first cousins?
This is how you become double first cousins. It's
that's a fake concept. Nobody has quantified double first cousin.
Yeah.
I mean,
did you just ask ChatGPT what a double first cousin is?
I use Google, but same, I guess.
I believe you, Noah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
I just don't think this should be a concept. It's so rare, it doesn't deserve a name.
I know people that fit this bill.
Okay.
But I never heard the term double first cousin.
Like, I feel like a common scenario would be like a twins situation, where if like, you know, a group of a female set of twins meets a male set of twins, and they like,
yeah,
and they marry each other, like then you could easily be double first cousins.
Yeah. It sounds weirder than it is.
Well, it came from this like really hick guy. So it's like this hick guy talking about cousins. You're like thinking just like, oh, some weird incest things going on.
Right. But there is like, it's pretty straight line, you know?
I kind of liked cousin Jeremy. You know, he just goes up there and goes fishing with his cousin, his double cousin.
So I'm confused here. Why are you all blaming Charlie for this situation? Jen is the one getting in this situation. She's the one with the kids. She's the one that wants to be with Charlie.
Chris is such a victim blamer, a woman hater, He-Man woman hater.
Wait, she's the one in this situation. She has chosen to be in this situation. She can easily choose to not be in this situation.
That is fair. No, everyone can choose. I just think that she's willing to give up so much, where if Charlie loved her as much as she is saying she loved him, he'd be like, look, the obvious decision here is not move 5 people from Florida, but move 1 person without even a real house to Florida. Like, it's a very easy choice to me.
Do we know if he has any permanent abode up there? Crazy.
He's living on his homestead. You don't just take people out of their homestead.
I think you do.
I don't think like
I feel like you don't have to be there 24/7. It could be a fun thing you do for a week or 2 here and there.
Then it goes
I just think that he's got a hard boundary. He's on this homestead. He's not leaving this homestead. He's willing to like let Jen go before he'd leave the homestead.
Which is why that relationship is so out of whack. Like,
maybe Jen really likes being on the homestead, but also doesn't want to offend her kids.
I don't think she really does. I think that relationship's doomed.
Well, maybe we should talk about that. Which ones we think will be together, which ones won't.
Yeah.
But let's talk about our last couple here. We've got Ryan. He's 45. He's in New Mexico, and he is dating Shayla, who is 24. He's a professional metaphysical trainer.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's low professional bars, I think, at 24.
For those following along, this is some woo-woo shit, I believe is the technical term.
I think that's what you get
What
your
is it?
PhD in. Woo.
Woo shit.
Yeah.
Well, crystals, and astrology, and
Tarot, energy, feeling the energy over Zoom.
chi over Zoom,
So
karma
Ryan,
over Zoom.
so Ryan is trying to build. Not only is he building a homestead, he's building a homestead community. So there's like a community he lives in, and like people like look up to him, and I think he's kind of the leader of this community, from what I could tell, while half watching the show. And I feel like this age gap here is way underblown. Like this age gap is huge.
Oh yeah, it's like 45, 23 or something.
24.
Yeah.
Almost double. Almost double her age. It's like it's gross. But so Shayla comes to the homestead, and like Brian is just like, okay, we're doing this. We're building our Earthship thing, which we could get more into Earthship. And Shayla's like, I don't want to build this Earthship. She like legitimately just doesn't want to do it.
Man.
And she keeps telling Ryan, like, hey, I don't want to do this. And Ryan's like, but I want to do this with you. And Shayla's like, I don't think you're getting it. I don't want to do this. I just want to chill by the pool, which there is no pool. But unclear what he really wants to do.
Unclear how long this will last.
Yeah, not going to last.
No, that's... You know what? I'm surprised. Like, I feel like they actually really had a connection. It felt like it.
I mean, it's a show, so they're going to show us like what drama they have, right? So like, who knows? And Ryan is probably willing to give up a lot to be with this girl. I'd imagine, with that kind of age gap, and he's probably willing to be with her, even if she doesn't help build the Earthship.
Yeah, I mean, in episode 1, he made a big deal of like, you work a lot all day, like that's what you do, like, But I also realized if she has a revenue stream doing her virtual metaphysical training.
I'm gonna go look up her rates. Be right back.
Please do. I could see her being like, look.
What's her name again?
Shayla?
Shayla, thank you.
Sheyla.
No.
Yeah. She's like, I want to do my yoga and I want to chill for a couple hours. And people keep coming to the door asking questions. And Ryan's like, I don't know what to do. Like, solve your own problems.
I didn't realize he was the head of the community. I realized he lived in one, but I didn't realize he had like that extra responsibility.
Well, it's unclear if he's the head of the community or not. But like, since she's like saying people are coming and asking questions and how to do things, and like, seems like he's more the founder, starter, head community person. Brian, any comments about this Earthship?
I can't deal with this Earthship. Like this might be the second best plot line though.
I mean, Earthship is interesting.
Did you see anything in the future?
Yeah, I was talking all about the future with Shayla and Ryan. But like, they're like building this Earthship. They're building like an underground house, they claim, and they're using tires and like dirt to like form the walls, which is a decision you can make.
Yep.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. I kind of was interested. Like, I wonder how he chose that. I mean, he seemed relatively level-headed for being like a flat earther. I'm using that term to mean off the gritter because
what? I mean,
I would say honestly, in terms of recycling, reusing, kind of interesting.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he seemed like a very normal kind of guy. Shockingly, very like everyone else in the show seemed crazy.
I mean, ultimately, he's just building a kibbutz.
yeah.
Like,
dude.
ideally, really, he's just using the dirt to like form his walls, but he's putting some, tires and other random recycled shit along with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wonder if that's going to increase the smell of that house.
Hopefully, it's covered by dirt.
I mean, dirt and rubber do not exactly smell the best, especially when it's like super fucking hot.
Yeah. I mean,
People
there's a
did
lot
it
of
for
things to
thousands
smell
of
here.
years.
Like none of these places seem to have plumbing either.
No, that's part of being off the grid.
Yeah.
Like
So
you're
you
not
just
going to be
gotta-
attached to like some central system.
So you got to dig a hole.
They
Like-
may have a what's it called? A septic system.
I don't think so. No one had any. Like, there's a plot line with the boys where they're like, okay, you guys can't use a toilet. You guys got to go out here into the woods and dig a hole and poop in it.
Man.
I mean, that guy clearly has zero infrastructure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's made the boys stay in this quote unquote bear country in like standard tents. Like, standard tents not going to help you with any type of bear attack. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Probably not. I mean, I don't know bears that well. Despite living in Seattle and San Francisco for a while, but I don't think they're scared.
Bear capitals of the world.
I think so. In addition to North Carolina.
Why don't you live in Chicago? You know, the Bears?
The
Bears.
Bears be everywhere. Man, do you remember the skit? I missed this when bears were the number one threat to like America. Do you remember this from Colbert, the Colbert Report?
No.
Oh man, it
Yeah,
was a great
I do.
skit. Yeah.
It was a good. Yeah.
Good bit.
All right. Should we move on to? Do we have any other minutia you guys want to bring up?
Let me check my notes. The only other thing I want to bring up is Charlie and Jen. She wants to get an RV up there. I don't know that you're going to get an RV through these clearly hard to navigate woods.
No, I can't imagine. Like,
maybe there's a nice forest road. I don't know.
Yeah, like the guy basically looks like, imagine going on a trail in a national park and then going a mile off that trail.
Yep.
Like, how? Airdropping in an RV?
I mean, that sounds more bear proof than those tents.
It does.
That's all I'm saying.
Or you can move to Florida.
Now they got the gears.
But they're being love off the grid. They can't go to Florida and be off the grid.
I mean, no. Florida's pretty on the grid.
Not all of it. I'm
Not
sure
all
you
of
can find some sort of homestead in Florida.
Oh, I'm sure you definitely can. Some swampland. Swamps.
Ugh. The mosquitoes would be terrible. Anyway, should we get to questions? And I think we're going to start with my favorite question right now. What speed did Max watch this show at? So the show is on HBO Max. Noah, what do you think?
Can I give you guys a hint?
Hint it.
It was not 1.0.
Damn.
Perfect.
Noah's about to guess one. What are you doing, Max?
I'm keeping it interesting.
Yeah. So I was all in on one because I thought you watched it with your girlfriend, partner, woman. But it seems to be wrong. So I'm going to go with 1.5. 1.5.
What do you got, Brian?
1.3. Let's keep it rolling from last week.
I'll go 1.2. Why not?
The answer is I watched it at two different speeds. One was 2.0. The next one was 2.4.
Oh, whoa.
Believe it or not, You can just chew through this show.
Oh my
I believe
God.
it. I
Now,
believe it.
Makes my head hurt.
did I do this just to fuck with you guys a little bit? Yes. But also, honestly, I was kind of bored by the show, and this made it a lot more tolerable.
So
Oh,
I mean, I know I'm in the minority here, but I have a really hard time listening to things not at the 1x speed. Like even slow podcasts, I was
Yeah.
listening to one and they're like, yeah, there must be insane people who listen to this at 1x. and like I put it to 1.125. And even that, it gives me like agita.
Mm.
I don't know. I can't. It's so hard. I feel like I
You
have
know-
to work really hard to listen.
I definitely have to like rewind 10 seconds a little more often.
Mm.
And I'd be lying if I said like I thought the voices sounded human, although maybe at 1.125 it probably does. But it's just a great way to fire hose yourself with information quicker.
That makes sense. Yeah,
I would
the lack of
say
human voices crushes me.
I would say I don't speed up audio, but then TikTok has that 2x speed thing, and I do that a lot.
It's great.
I've been
They should
on
make it easy
TikTok.
to access.
Yeah. What on TikTok?
The 2x speed?
No, Max. What access?
It requires like a long press and then 2 presses to get to 2x, and I think they should make it easier to access.
You can just hold on the side.
What?
yeah,
yeah,
I've been
this-
holding on the side. Yeah,
Just
What
just
the fuck? Fuck me! I use that all the time.
like
What the fuck?
on here, like you just like the
Yeah,
side-
no, I get it. I just
um,
didn't know that was a thing.
yeah,
But like you gotta hold for the whole video though. Whereas your other
Right.
method, you can just
Yeah.
stop holding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I-
hold is okay.
I will say 2x on TikTok has been a game changer. Like, there's so much fluff in so much of the TikTok content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, let's do drinking rules. Anytime somebody mentions going to the bathroom or taking a shower, take a drink. Noah, what do you got for me?
Every time someone talks about how hard it is to live off the grid, take a drink.
Brian?
Anytime you see a beard, take a drink.
Max?
what's the thing where you drink vodka out of a belly button? There's like
Belly?
sake.
It's
You know what I mean?
Body shot.
Body shot. Every time somebody is naked, body shot.
Mm.
Okay. Would this be better as a Quibi or a TikTok? And
Well-
I argue the show's almost a TikTok. Like people living off grid is big on TikTok.
I think this would work if, you boiled each person down to 5 minutes and you don't get a full episode. You just get a clip of one person for a bit.
Mm.
I think it would work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think it'd be good work as a Quibi?
Yeah.
It could definitely work as a Quibi because think about it. This was like a
Bring
40
it back.
40-minute show for 4 people, 4 different couples. You can easily splice down that quarter segment to a Quibi.
But would it be better though?
I don't
know
think it
if
would
it'd
be
be
any
better.
different.
I don't like when it hops around from couple to couple to couple. I'd rather just watch one couple. So
There you go.
I'm on Team Quibi.
Mosh the couple.
Yeah, they introduced a new couple in like the second episode.
Oh, what's
Good,
their
more people.
deal?
I didn't write down any notes other than the first episode, so I'm probably not the best person to tell you. But I believe they're like kind of a lesbian couple, and one person is coming from like the city to join her off grid, and they're like putting mud on their wall or something. It's like their main storyline.
Damn.
Interesting.
Damn.
Like, well, the storyline I think that I remember the most is they're like the one woman, the homesteader is like, hey, go open this, just twists it off, and the non-homesteader is just like literally twisting this like rubber thing and this handle, and it's not coming off. And she's frustrated because she's like, "What's going on?" And so she takes this like thing over to the homesteader's friend, not the homesteader, and like, "Oh, you have to push in the handle and then twist it." And it's like, could you have not said that the first time? Like, it's like this manufactured drama around this like weird handle thing that's like a highlight in my mind for no reason other than like they spent 5 minutes on it. Anyway, anyway, should we do what do you love about the show? Brian, what do you love about the show?
I like that they're showcasing different couples. I don't think, well, this is apparently more common than I thought, but it's still very uncommon. It's a life that I can never imagine. And this highlights something interesting to me.
Max, what do you love about the show?
I forget if I've already mentioned this, but I like the variety of environments. You know what I mean? Like everybody's homestead is a little different biome.
What do you love about the show, Noah?
I'm kind of like build off both them. Like I just like that people can live so freely and openly, mostly be proud of what they're doing. I think that's very positive, and I think it's good to put that out there in the world. Despite me, kind of like Brian, not ever imagining I could live like that, and despite not agreeing with all of it. I'm happy for them.
So you like that they're naked on the show?
Sure. I mean, whatever makes them happy. You know, I'm glad that they can just be happy and be out and proud and loud about it. You know,
I love that. It's good people watching. I love the people watching. I loving like seeing these nominally kind of out there people trying to be homesteaders and trying to find love. I think that's interesting to find somebody that wants to be a homesteader enough to be with them. Like all of that is interesting to me. So that's what I love about the show. So now we do ratings, so we do a stack ranking system comparing other reality shows. Brian, what do you got for me?
I think I'm going to put this squarely in the middle. I think that there was some slow stuff. I did not need to keep reiterating over like, oh, their kids don't like it, whatever. But otherwise, there was some interesting stuff. And yeah, I may check out another episode, but who knows?
Noah, what do you got for me?
Yeah, I think the show's solid middle. Like, if I'm thinking of like, imagine someone asked me, "Hey, what's a good reality show I should watch?" That's like, you know, not in like the common path. I think the show really fits the bill, right? Because you get some of the esoterica. It's not terribly slow, not terribly fast. You don't really need to know a lot. There's a lot of personalities, a lot of opinions. It's not like the most amazing thing, but I think it'd be like a good tiptoe, maybe dip your toe. You can even dip your navel, as some might say, into like the weird realm of fringe reality TV. So middle.
Fringe. Max, what do you got for me? You're muted.
Sorry about that. I think middle of the middle is a pretty good choice as well. I was a little bored until I watched it at 2.4x, and then I was not. In general, I kind of enjoy the 90-day fiance format, which I think this very much follows. I wasn't that interested in their storylines. I just realized a huge thing we forgot to talk about. Just gotta talk about Joe and Maisha fucking in a tent, and you can see their silhouette.
I thought that was like a recreation. I thought that was like fake.
I mean, I thought it was from season 1. I don't fucking know. Anyway,
right? Yeah, I forgot that there were season 1 couples.
There was also another couple in season 1. It might have been Jen. I forget. They're in the thumbnails. I forget. Doesn't matter. We're done talking about it. My rating. So I'm gonna, I do think the show has middle third written all over it, like you guys. But the people watching is just too good. So I'm going to put it in the top third.
Whoa.
Doing it.
Whoa.
You guys can suck it. I think it's interesting to see these people kind of live off the grid. I think the drama's a little manufactured and can be a bit repetitive, which is why I think it should get knocked down. But it's definitely a great side TV show, and we don't run across too many great side TV shows. So I'm putting it in the top.
But as a side piece.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So is it like in your throuple then? Is it joining you and your wife?
It's like, it's me, I'm doing something, and then that's like on the side. It's more of like it's being cuckolded, I think, is really what's happening.
I watched a new Arnold Schwarzenegger show called Fubar. I don't know if it's terribly new, like in the past year or so, on Netflix. And there's a whole running joke in it about Arnold Schwarzenegger using cuckold incorrectly.
I've seen like 2 episodes of that show.
Is it work? I mean, I guess I've only seen 2 episodes, but
yeah, not seen it all. It's fine. It was fine. Yeah. Speaking of other shows, what else have you been watching, Max?
I've been catching up on Veep before all this shit was happening. I just happened to be watching Veep. I saw the episode. Spoilers. I'm not going to talk about it.
Veep? It's been out for long enough. Like,
nah.
What do you mean, nah? It's been
just nah. And well, okay. The episode where she selects her Veep pick, who is Hugh Laurie.
Oh yeah.
Noah, you have any shout outs this week?
I've been playing a lot of this game. I really need to stop playing it. It's a stupid game. But Netflix got me, and I downloaded the SpongeBob like burger making game.
What?
Holy shit! Is it like a cookie clicker, or what is this?
It's like the diner game we used to play on Xbox.
Oh, Overcooked. Okay.
Yeah, Overcooked. Yeah, it's like that. And it just happens to have like a SpongeBob skin on it, But it's like I don't feel great playing it, but it's just that it's like that perfect sweet spot of like hard, and easy, whatever it is. See, I've been doing a little bit too much of that. Yeah.
Okay. Brian, you have a shout outs this week?
Yeah, Katie and I finished MILF Manor season 2.
Ooh.
It's a train wreck till the end, but
can you spoil any? Can you spoil like any outcomes?
Should I, Chris? Are you watching it?
You can. I watched it. I don't remember anything about
it. This young guy Joey and woman Barbie like left the house a little early. Like they seemed like they're match made in heaven. Everyone else is just a disaster. Like
there's a lot of players in that house.
Yeah,
women players, man players, a lot of players. Not really looking to settle down.
Yeah.
Especially the men. I feel like the men were really into settling with these women. One thing I guess we could talk about is House of the Dragon ended season 2. You did not finish it, Noah. He's giving
wait. Did it end? So I watched the 9th episode.
There's only 8.
There's only 8 episodes.
Wait.
If you watch the one that came out like 4 days ago, that's the finale of the season.
No.
So here's the thing.
No. Oh, come on. No.
Here's the thing. No. They got Zaslavs. It was shortened from 10 episodes to 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And because of the writer's strike, they couldn't like repack it into 8 episodes. So they just filmed the original 8 of 10 episodes, and they're leaving the last 2 for season 3.
Ooh.
I can't believe that's the last. Oh, I'm so mad.
People on the internet are so mad about this.
Oh my god.
Noah's reaction in real time. That's pretty good.
David Zaslav.
Why? But wait, why is it his fault? Like the writer's strike. Like, what does that have to do with David Zaslav? Like,
No. He shortened it to 8 episodes, like while the writer's strike was happening.
Because he
cut
wanted
the budget. Essentially,
know
cut
why.
the budget of the show, I imagine.
Yeah.
But that kind of made like they need to get the content out, right? And the writer's strike was like infinite. What was it? 6 months? You know, I mean,
But
Yeah.
the writer's strike might have had all 10 episodes written. You don't know.
yeah,
We don't know the insides and outs of what's going
yeah,
on.
no. But
We know
man,
Discovery. We know HBO Discovery's losing a lot of money, and to spend money on a flagship that get people subscribes is probably not something they want to do. So,
this is crazy. I can't believe that's the last episode.
so they
like,
ended on a whimper for sure. I agree, but I thought the season overall was pretty good. It gives me the Game of Thrones vibe.
Yeah.
And that's all I really need from that show.
so
I
just
think
to not go in, like, is there any insight to when we'll get some kind of
A while.
3
Season 3 doesn't start production until next year. So
our production? Oh Jesus! Oh man.
but I think they're going to produce 3 and 4 together. So you might have less time between season 3 and 4.
Is someone already getting AI on this just to generate the content for us?
Noah, fret not. There's another Game of Thrones show coming out, I think in November.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Uh,
Dunk and Egg.
It's called Don't
So-
Get an Egg.
No, Dunk and Egg.
Oh, Duncan Egg.
It's about a knight and his squire.
I've actually read these books. It's been a while though.
Oh, really?
Also, Rings of Power comes back at the end of the month. It's not Game of Thrones, but I thought the first season was pretty good.
Friends of
Probably
Power?
watch it. Rings of Power.
Rings of Power?
I like the Friends of Power. Lord of the Rings, the Friends of Power.
The Friends of Power.
Yeah, the Amazon show. Yeah.
Yeah, the Amazon show.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah. Oh my god.
All right. We didn't really talk about what we're going to watch next week. I think we were thinking about watching. Max, what was that show called?
The Influencers.
On Netflix.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
it seems to be the Squid Game of influencers.
So it's a little bit of a longer episode. So no, we're giving you a full week notice. We're going to watch season 1, episode 1
Thank you.
of that show next week. And tell us what you thought about this show at Who Put This On. You can find us on facebook.com/whoputthison. You can email us questions, suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. And we'll see you guys next time.